Hello! So it's been a while. I'm really sorry about the time away. I was on vacation with my family, and it honestly made me wonder why I even go on vacation anymore. Anyway, all that to say, I'm happy I'm back, and wow did I pick a time to leave, because while I was gone, Sophia got kicked out of the shelter. Yeah, I feel really bad for not being able to cover it right away, but I will be talking about it first thing for this video. This video has the stories that Sophia posted when it happened. I'm gonna take a look at that and we'll just talk about it.
I have an emergency. Can anyone help me out and send it to my PayPal? I'd appreciate it. I know what the trolls are gonna say, but I need safe shelter for the night. My Cash App is down, my PayPal link is in my beacon link. And for those asking if I'm okay, no, I'm not okay. I keep being put in danger. I'll have to sleep outside in a tent if I do not get help. I can't explain the whole situation cause it's personal. I'd like to not give my personal business out here for my safety. She's playing y'all. LOL her on the dollar machine. Y'all are nosy. No, I didn't gamble my money. This girl gave me money to play at the casino. She said, "Do you want to go to the casino?" I said sure, but I don't have any money cause I wanted to get out. She pulled out money she had to play. I don't understand why y'all are everywhere stalking me to spread false rumors. I'm broke, yet y'all say I'm spending money. Make it make sense. I need this whole outfit cause this is cute.
So I don't know if you're gonna hear me because I have my headset on. But let me explain something. I shouldn't have to explain this whole situation, but I'm going to explain it, and I'm going to condense it very, very small because I'm not going to give up details. So anyway, some stuff happened. I was being dropped off at another shelter, and this girl was like, "Hey, do you want to stay with me in my motel room so you don't have to stay in the shelter?" She didn't feel it was right for me to stay in the shelter, so she asked me if I could stay with her at the motel room. I was like, sure, because that is very kind of someone to offer. I had been going through a really rough, couple of days that is very horrible considering my situation and what I have to constantly keep going through. So, yeah, I really just wanted to get a good night's sleep.
This heat is no joke. I'm already getting sick and dehydrated. Y'all think it's funny, my situation. All I have ever done is been kind to people who deserve it. I just need housing, that's all. Everyone else gets it with a job, and yet I was in a violent crime, me and my mom, and my mother was shot, had a health problem but can't get housing. It's crazy. Y'all act like you know, but you don't.
So the girl that took me to the casino, she was around gambling, so she gambled most of her money because she gave me 80. And then she said, she was like, "Oh girl, we spent 400. She said we gambled 400. We didn't win really nothing. Well, I didn't win anything, and neither did she. But she said I gambled most of my money because she's going into a program for a year that'll help her get housing." So yeah, that's why she wasn't in the photo, because she was walking around gambling. And that's the reason why I'm not gonna film somebody without their knowledge and put them on my platform, considering the fact that she was somewhere's gambling. We took a lift back because we had to meet someone else who was staying with us because he has cancer and they couldn't find him a place to stay. There was a whole issue with that too. There was a caseworker on the Reddit that had already explained everything that I'm trying to explain to you. It is very hard to get housing when places want 2 to 3 times the rent. You are not going to make that working anywhere, even if you get a job. And to say that I'm making an excuse to get a job, no, I'm not. I got paid $2,400 to do an ad for Temu. I'm having a hard time getting that payment. I cannot get that payment. Once I get that payment, I could work on getting a car. That's the thing. I can only slowly work on getting things. Right now, I'm slowly trying to work on getting housing, which is very hard to get housing. There are other people getting housing before me that have no jobs, nothing, but I'm a victim of a crime. I deserve to be in a house and be safe, but I'm being put in danger constantly. People have to stop acting like they know solutions that don't work. It does not work. I am telling you, what you suggest does not work. I literally know a couple people, considering that I've met a couple people at the shelter that are working and still can't afford a place to live. That's not logical, especially with Albuquerque. Sorry, that's what someone called it at the shelter. It is high in crime here in Albuquerque, and it is a very dangerous city to live in. And yet people want to drive around, think everything's a joke, laugh, and be funny and be like, I have a bed, I have a house, I have this, I have that. There are children out in the streets, there are children out in this heat that have no place to live, and you think that being homeless is just some sort of joke because someone is lazy. That's not how it works. I'm just trying to get the resources to get a place. I'm not trying to have my First Amendment rights taken away by being told if I take something, then I can't, I want freedom, and I'm tired of having stipulations with things. So, I want to address something somebody said. Someone said, your intention shouldn't be gambling. What did I literally say? I literally said that she offered to go to the casino. I said, sure, because I wanted to get out. I wanted to go out. Did I say I wanted to go gamble? Where were my intentions? And to literally say that I still gambled the money, of course, because that's what she gave it to me for. I was expecting for them, because they did say when I go back to the place that they would help me find a place, but they were too busy and so stressed. They were there to help the people that were there. They're not there to help me find a place. They said, well, there's nothing really much we can provide for you. That was that. I can't expect some place that is not for that to help me, because I was sent there under the pretenses of help. You guys don't understand what shelters are, because a caseworker that works here literally told you that shelters are not necessarily for you to get a job and get back on your feet. Not necessarily. The one that I was at was for navigation, which means navigating through housing, whether it be getting on disability or whether it be whatever plethora of situation that you have. It was not necessarily for getting a job. Some people lack the common sense of what certain...
I was waiting for her to finish, but I need to get some thoughts out before I continue. So I don't want to speculate right away, because for all I know, we could find out the reason why she had to leave the shelter in this video. But in case we don't, I'm gonna throw my theories out and say that it wasn't anything like she beat someone up or she got in a fight, because Sophia has a pretty rotten personality, we know that, but also she doesn't really deal with confrontation. Like she doesn't fight people. I hate to say it, but she's too much of a coward for that, if that makes sense. Maybe something to do with her internet presence, and I am pretty sure she's going to blame the trolls here in a second for it, and that's my thoughts on that. I know it's not a lot, I'm sorry.
Details. So anyway, some stuff happened. I was being dropped off at another shelter, and this girl was like, hey, you want to stay with me in my motel room so you don't have to stay in the shelter? She didn't feel it was right.
Maybe it didn't have to do with her, because like, why would they kick her out of the shelter just to help her get into another shelter? There's a lot of speculation going on here, because we just don't know anything right now. It's quite interesting that there was a girl who offered her a motel room to her. I wonder if it's the same girl who had the gambling problem.
To stay in the shelter, so she asked.
Already getting sick and dehydrated. Y'all think it's funny, my situation. All I have ever...
So the girl that took me to the casino,
The fact that Sophia is still on this hill of there are people who aren't working that managed to get housing, and I didn't. People need to stop telling me to get a job because there are people in the shelter who have jobs and still don't have a house, so it doesn't make sense. What's the point? I will not be addressing that at the moment. It does come up a few times when I talk about the live streams, so that will be addressed more there.
Are for, and it is also for housing people. You need to get a job and get back on your feet. Not necessarily. The one that I was at was for navigation, which means navigating through housing, whether it be getting on disability or whether it be whatever plethora of situation that you have. It was not necessarily for getting a job. Some people lack the common sense of what certain shelters are for, and it is also for housing people that can't necessarily afford housing.
Okay, but listen, Sophia, I think the problem that I have and other people have with you staying at the shelter is that it doesn't seem like you're making an effort to get out when you could. Like, you have the potential to remove yourself from that situation no matter how much you tell yourself otherwise. And because of that, and because we can see that with our eyes, we see it as you are taking up space and resources from someone who can't fend for themselves like you can. Someone who really is disabled, you know? You are able-bodied, you have the mental capacity to provide for yourself, arguably. and this is just, I'm saying we, at the end of the day, is I mean, if you have a different opinion, please feel free to tell me. But that's how I see it, is that she has the capability to work, she has the capability to get out of the shelter, and she chooses to stay, and because of that, it is taking up resources for the people who actually need it.
Okay, like, someone's looking for somebody look, tell me why this is a non-black person using the N-word, and out loud in the middle of the street, and is skipping to whoever he gonna see. He's skipping to his homie. He literally started skipping down the street. I'm like, you can't make this up. And no, I'm not about to confront anyone while I'm, you know, at a shelter and cause problems. But non-black people gotta stop using the N-word. That's crazy. Like, there's so many people here that cultural appropriate, use the N-word. It's crazy. This dude was legit skipping.
You know, racism isn't funny, and that's not what I'm trying to say here, but in the midst of potential homelessness and being without shelter on the Albuquerque streets, Sophia still has time to complain about the things she always complains about. I don't know why, it just tickles me a little bit. So there is another story that had uploaded yesterday. I'm gonna check it out and hopefully it has all the up-to-date information. And by the way, thank God for this channel. I would not be able to keep up if it weren't for them. Let's take a look.
Enough is enough. I'm crowdfunding for a lawyer and I'm going to start suing the hell out of these people. I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're part of the pro-Palestine movement. These false allegations you guys have been spreading on me for the past few years. I've had enough of you guys lying and said I broke bones when I didn't. You guys lied and said that I beat up women when I never did. One person claimed that my mother sexually assaulted me, and another says all of my children are afraid of me. I have lost brand deals. I have lost connects in the music industry because of this shit.
Why is she
Enough is enough. Help me crowdfund for this lawyer.
Just like that guy.
Why are we talking about this?
You know, I'm working on getting a lawyer too, because there is no reason why I'm homeless and people are making videos about me that are spreading lies that are making money while I'm homeless. And also I lost out on an agency.
I'm homeless, guys, I'm homeless. Is the only reason why you shared this guy's story is to make a point about how you're gonna hire a lawyer? That is so weird. Like, I don't think we know this person. She's never mentioned them before, and she just puts like a random person's story on here that says that they're gonna hire a lawyer. And she's like, I'm gonna use that. Sorry, it's just so stupid. Also, she's about to talk about how she lost out on a brand deal here. Hold on.
See, where I could have made millions. So, if you want me to lose out on money, then I'm gonna sue you for that money because...
Wait.
And also I lost out on an agency where I could have made millions. So...
Guys, what do we think happened there? What do we think happened there? I really want to know the details. I lost out on an agency where I could have made millions, and she has mentioned this agency in like the past 4 live streams she's done. Well, not really, because I have not gotten to those yet. But she's talked about it a lot. I think I said something like, it's probably a scam, whatever, but I mean, if it was real, oh my god, that's crazy. I want to know what she did.
If you want me to lose out on money, then I'm gonna sue you for that money, because spreading false rumors is not
please
cool.
Don't.
I'm not a predator. My brother is not a predator just because his ex lied. I don't understand why his ex won't come online like she did me in a phone call.
So I think from that we can deduce that she lost out on the agency thing because of allegations of that nature. Interesting.
They told me the reason why she lied about my brother was because she wanted him to look bad. Okay, well, are you gonna tell people you lied? Because I really wish that I would have that I would have recorded the conversation, but I didn't know how to record conversations on iPhone, so I went and clicked screen record instead of record phone call. And what I really...
About the Angie accusing Brother Shu thing about certain things, I just want to acknowledge here, I have never really said for sure whether or not he did the things that he was accused of doing, because personally I've never seen any hard evidence, so I will always go under the assumption where it could be true, but there is not enough evidence for me to believe that that is true. And since these allegations are so serious, I am not operating under the belief that Brother Chu is that, but I'm also not saying it's absolutely not possible, which is why you'll probably never hear me talk about it.
I don't like is it says phone call recording, and they can hear it as well, which is not discreet and very unsafe unless you do it beforehand, before the call starts. But what really gets me is that people don't know what my situation is, or they assume
we do.
things.
You posted.
I could have made millions of dollars with this talent agency that wanted to lie back out after someone from their company wanted to work with me and add me to the agency, and then say that my content doesn't fit what they're looking for, which is a big excuse because people was harassing them, and then saying they never wanted to work with me in the story.
Listen, I think that this is something that could have actually happened. What surprises me is that this agency went as far as to get that far with Sophia, to where she thought she would be being paid and hired. Because, dude, do you not vet your creators? Like, I totally understand why any talent agency or organization would not want to employ this chick, because she is not liked, she's very controversial, and people aren't going to take kindly to some organization that platforms her. So I totally get it, but like, why did you like get as far as to do that, you know? One video, like Google her name, like it's not hard to find out. I don't even know how she got to that point. It's crazy. And girl, I am sorry. You never had a chance. Like with your reputation online, no.
That is very unprofessional. How do I get more views than you and you're a talent agency and you get no views on your pages? That's...
Oh, okay, so now that they didn't accept you, you're like, I'm more famous than you. Okay.
If you go to this TikTok talent agency's pages, they only get 10 likes.
And listen, Tophia, you complaining about not being accepted into this agency, if you ever want to be hired by other groups similar to this, you should not be shit-talking them on your platform. You're just ruining all your chances of another opportunity. Just saying. Not that you had any chances to begin with.
And little views, especially on TikTok. And for being a talent agency, you would clearly be pulling views. I pull more views than you without the talent agency, and I could probably get more brand deals from companies.
Do it then, do it!
Than you would ever help me get. And
dude, I'm not
this
mad.
lady from the company reached out to me. I did my research, I looked up. Yes, she is on their website. And then they tried to back out and say they never was gonna work with me, which is a lie. I can sue you for that.
Oh yeah,
too,
go for it.
you know,
that will work.
Because you shouldn't have went on the internet and lied and said you was never gonna work with me.
You shouldn't have reached out to her in the first place. That's what I'll say. My friend's calling me, sorry, I'm busy. That's what's ridiculous to me. It's like, did they not look at her first, bro?
someone from your company reached out and then try to say that my content doesn't fit what you're looking for when you saw it in the first place.
Yeah, you're a hot mess express.
Let's not play stupid, because my thing is like, when you're searching for talent, right, especially for someone on social media, you had to have seen their social media prior. That's why you reach out to them, because you like what you are seeing.
Yeah, that's weird.
So that excuse is played out, because you can't sit here
and
say that you don't like what you're seeing, because of the simple fact is that it doesn't fit what you're looking for when you was looking for that in the first place. Shout to me. You wasted my time. You made me try to sign up, and then I couldn't sign up for my account, because then you are now telling me that you no longer want to work with me. That makes absolutely no bit of sense whatsoever. If it was a white creator, you would still continue to keep working with them. That's all I'm saying.
My gosh,
and don't say this isn't about race.
So let's talk about it since someone wants to say it. So since you don't know, no, you don't need money for a lawyer. There are pro bono lawyers.
Okay. So friggin' do it. I'm waiting. You've been threatening lawsuits constantly. You've been saying, I can sue you for this, I can sue you for that, I can do this, I can do that. Do it? So stupid, man. Oh my god.
If you don't know what pro bono is, the lawyer doesn't get paid unless he wins.
Which is why no pro bono lawyer would ever want to take your case, bro. There's no case there. There is no case there. You've mentioned things like defamation or taking money that I could have made if blah blah blah. That is so not a lawsuit that would work.
If he doesn't win my case, then he doesn't get paid.
Why would
That's
anyone
what a pro
ever
bono
want to
lawyer
take
is.
your case?
And I could literally find a lawyer for no money. I literally was advised by the lady that's been helping me to look for a social media lawyer, because I told her I don't have money, and I said I couldn't find pro bono lawyers that do that, but she said yeah, she found some, and they will help my case for like no money if you don't have like any money. So basically that's what a pro bono lawyer is.
Oh wow, the more you know.
Because clearly you can do research, because that's what a lot of people use when they don't have money for a lawyer. So thanks, have a good day.
So I want to address something that I saw. So being homeless does not equate to being lazy. There are people,
Yes, but you are.
people at the homeless shelter I was staying at that had jobs
Yes, but you don't.
and was still homeless. Can we? Being homeless is a social thing. It's a social economical thing. It has nothing to do with being lazy, because you can work hard, like you can work really, really hard
Yes, but you don't. Sorry, I'll stop.
and still not have enough money to live. I know, because I know a lot of people that I met that wasn't making enough to be able to afford a place to live, because a lot of places want 3 to 4 times the rent. So yeah, that's insane to insinuate that being homeless equals being lazy.
We're not saying that being homeless means you're lazy, Tophia. We're saying that you're lazy because you're you.
Some people worked hard to get there and they're self-made. I'm not saying every rich person didn't work hard and is not self-made, but the end of the day, right, the end of the line, the bottom of the line is that it's a social thing when it comes to being homeless. There are probably homeless people that are sleeping in the street.
Yeah, probably.
While also having to go to work. Sleeping out of their car and then getting up and going to work. I saw a lot of people like that on TikTok lives where they would...
I don't see how this is relevant to you. Those are homeless people who actually try, okay? And you think that just because they exist, you can see them as an excuse to not try. How is this we should give you a pass for not putting any effort into bettering your life because there are homeless people who do? It's just convenient for you to say that. Ugh, well, can't work. Might as well, what's the point? What's the point of working? I don't know, man. Why would homeless people who work if there was no point? Maybe that's a dumb argument. It just doesn't seem relevant to your situation, in my opinion. It doesn't.
Sleep out of their car and then go to work. That's a issue. Like you don't make enough. You don't make a living wage to live off of anything, and to suggest that working harder equates to having stable income is crazy, because you can work as hard as you want.
Work a little.
But that's still
work
not
at all.
going to mean that you'll have a secure place. Mind you, I'm not going to go back and forth with people who are underage. There's like literal 10-year-olds. Like, these parents need to be monitoring.
Even the children can't stand you anymore.
If you're a minor or you're underage, you immediately get blocked.
Even the kids can see through your BS.
Your parents should have raised you better, because you're living off of your parents' money to be able to have a phone and have bills. When you grow up, you're going to realize just how hard it is. Like, nobody taught you anything. Like, to say that people don't want to work hard is crazy. No matter how hard you work, you will never get anywhere you need to be in life.
Sophia, the things that the kids are telling you are the exact same thing the adults are telling you, and you cannot just brush off everything they say because they're kids. When what they're saying is true. Like, yes, I don't think that kids should be talking to Tophiachu either, but if they are, you silly little goblin, you don't know anything about adult life. How dare you speak to me? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, man. Sorry.
When it comes to financially stable, that's not how it works. Like, society tells you work harder, work harder, work harder, work harder. You're working yourself to death, but you're not making a living wage. And it sucks. Like, you know, you shouldn't have to work yourself to death just to live. That makes no sense. Like, and then also someone said that, oh, people have trauma and they work. That's them. You can't tell someone that just freshly went through something just this year to go to work and then break down at work and then not be able to
excuses.
Work. Yeah, people work through their trauma because they went to therapy. I cannot go to therapy.
Not everyone can afford therapy. Okay, you don't know that, Toph. You don't know that. You don't know people's situations. It's excuses. It's just excuses. It doesn't matter how you spin it.
Focus on getting a place to live. I can't, you know, and when something's always happening to me, especially because I was put in danger by a shelter that literally knew, because we told them that this place couldn't help, and I almost had to sleep in the streets by myself with nobody. Especially with the threats I'm getting.
She is lucky that she didn't have to do that. From what she is saying right now, I am inferring, I don't know this for sure, I'm just using the context clues given to me, that she was close to sleeping on the streets, but something happened last minute to where she didn't have to. So if I had to guess, we're probably not getting a homeless arc, but we were very close to it. I mean, brother is unalived in a tragic situation. Her mother is injured in a tragic situation. She doesn't change. Nothing. She is faced with having to sleep on the Albuquerque streets, the high crime streets, in the sweltering heat, gets so close to it that she begs for money on her PayPal. No lesson learned. No mindset change there. No, oh my god, this is serious. Nothing.
It's very dangerous and very scary, because I didn't have no tent, or I had no any way to camp. That's crazy. I'm always being put in survival mode, having to find where to go, and people making jokes like, oh, you're hopping from one shelter to another. Shelter hopping is not funny, and I'm not hopping from one shelter to another. That's not how things work. You think, like, let me tell you something. You think using social media to get me pushed out of places is gonna work, when literally it's defamation. It's not defamation, it's discrimination, and they could get sued. I don't care what people say.
Yeah, we know.
But denying someone help off of being biased, and you can't deny someone help no matter what the circumstances is. I mean, in some instances, maybe I can see that.
Maybe they can't deny you help, Sophia. Maybe that's why you were able to avoid sleeping on the streets. we're not responsible for giving you a place to stay. We're gonna say whatever we want about you.
I'm not even gonna mention the type of people, because then you say, oh, you're that, you're this. So I don't even want to have to argue with people. But I believe some people do deserve help, and to not help someone off of the basis of certain things, that is very much discrimination, and it's a bias, and it's not right. Like, this is not, you can't be causing someone to be homeless and then laugh at it like you do with Daniel Larson. That is very hurtful, and I don't know what's funny about situations like this, because, you know, I'm being the bigger person.
Okay.
When people don't realize that I have connections to find you and do the same things to you.
Interesting.
Like, the more I get people...
It's because she's being the bigger person, guys. It's not because she has no idea how to do it and then she's talking out her ass.
To call and harass the place you're living at, the more you could probably be exited. I could have people write reviews. Like, it's not like... I can go the same route you want to go, but I'm being very... Also, I do want to say that I did not get kicked out of the casino. So I don't know why someone reshared my video. Thank you for resharing, because you're pushing me out there. And then literally saying that I got kicked out of the homeless shelter in the casino. I didn't get kicked out of the casino. We left because we had to meet with somebody.
So, because she's clarifying that she didn't get kicked out of the casino, but not the homeless shelter, she 100% got kicked out of the homeless shelter. Interesting.
Who was gonna stay with us in the room because he was headed over there. So I told her, and we were headed over there. I can go back to the casino. It's no problem. Like, I could.
Not the shelter, though.
Right now, I'm not kicked out of the casino. Stop lying to people on the internet. You guys will say anything, and then you're gonna get sued.
No! Sorry.
You think I'm playing? Keep playing.
I think you are, because you keep on saying that and nothing ever happens. You don't have the means or the drive to follow through with the lawsuit. You don't even serve cease and desist papers. That's not expensive. I don't think it costs anything. Well, granted, it doesn't really mean anything a lot of the time. But, like, you're all talk.
When you get served papers, you ain't gonna find it funny.
Do it! Sorry.
Okay. And here's just a polite suggestion.
Okay.
Right? Here's my very, very polite suggestion.
Okay, Queen.
If you don't like what someone has to say, then you wouldn't have to respond with shut the F up if you just block them. That's just...
Or, I mean, I can say whatever I want, bro. I understand what she's saying, but people who say things like this, they deserve to be criticized. And if you are gonna put all this on the internet, everyone else has a right to reply with their own opinion. You cannot avoid opinions on the internet. You can't come on here and expect an echo chamber of support. Unlike, I mean, not everyone just wants the internet to be one big echo chamber. Some people want to hear opposing views to their own. Is she making that from the new shelter she's in? That's not new, is it?
Because I'm crazy, baby, I need you to come here and save me.
Where is she thirst trapping? Heat chew.
I don't want you here.
This has to be from
Poured out my whole heart to a piece of shit.
Who? Sorry, that was a song. Stop looking at me! No, girl, no, sorry, no.
You gonna look for me and I'll be gone.
Okay, well, I'll look for you harder then. Dude, you look like a bushman right now with that hair, I'm sorry. These are definitely, I don't know, I can't really tell if they're new or
You
old.
make love forever.
Oh my god. while I was gone at work, Hat actually dropped a new video, and it is another story. Dude, this just keeps... I don't even know, man. We're gonna react to this. Here we go!
She got kicked out? Streechu arc starting?
Nope, unfortunately
Don't
not.
you think that it's weird behavior that in the last story, that they literally posted that, is weird behavior to be celebrating someone sleeping in the streets?
Not when it's
Isn't that weird? You've got a job and you've got a life, but you're so happy about that. Mind you, thank you, because I got a much better place. I'm in a much better safe place. I'm not gonna say where, because people will be out there looking to actively dox me. So thank you. I am not in the streets. I'm in a nice, cooled environment. Thank you.
Sophia, listen. You shouldn't be coming on here and acting all smug after you nearly faced sleeping in the streets. You are blessed to be able to not do that, okay? Stop using it as a ha in your face. That's classless. That's classless. That's not it.
You know, sometimes things work out for the better.
You don't deserve that.
I just love it. So, thank you.
Bitch! Look at this girl. She almost faced sleeping in the streets. By the grace of God, she was able to avoid it. And this is how she acts. She acts smug. She's doing that thing again where she starts rambling about politics. I don't want to move on from this that fast. This woman was faced in her face with the possibility of having to sleep in a tent on the Albuquerque streets. She's not relieved. She comes on here. She doesn't seem grateful. She doesn't seem relieved. She's like, ha! I just found a new shelter. You know, I didn't think she could get any more unlikable. It is so tone deaf. She gets saved from a terrible situation and she uses it to clap back at her haters and acts like she did something amazing.
On Karen's live about her calling a place a third world country. So why are you referring to your country as a third world country? Because that in of itself is an insult. Like, why would you talk about your country like that? Saying, I was born of a third world country. I ate poor. You know, that's how most rich people lived. Actually, there are a few rich people that were poor. That doesn't mean just because you made it, everyone's gonna make it. Let's not give misinformation because not everyone makes it out of being poor. Okay, thank you. Your situations are not mine. So leave that. Like, I'm sick and tired of people saying, well, my situation, I made it out and like blah 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 blah, and then like here we are, and you like the misinformation. Just because you did good or you're not in that situation anymore does not mean that other people aren't. Like, my friend we're still in the situation. My friend still hasn't gotten any housing. The other people that I know still haven't got housing. Someone literally had to get some shitty because they didn't help with housing. Like, you need 2 to 3 times the rent, and that's very hard. And for me, I just hate when people are like, I'm tired of people making excuses for her. You just literally shitted on your country and called it a third world country. Like, to literally be like, well, Streechu has the potential to be a great arc. You want to be in the streets and then I'll make that an arc? Like, continue and you'll know what happens. I hate this turn the other cheek stuff because I'll do to you what you did to me.
No, actually,
right?
you won't, because you're a friggin' wimp. You don't do confrontation. You threaten empty lawsuits saying, I'll do this, I'll do that. It's all fluff. It's not real. You talk big game, and that's it.
You did to me, and then your streets will be a great arc. About someone being in the street. You thought that was gonna work. It put me in a better place, actually. It's nicer than the shelter I got kicked out of was. And I didn't even get kicked out of there. They sent me to a program that couldn't help me. But that's okay. I'm gonna go relax and probably get ready.
Smuggchu. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, I got a comment on one of my last community posts talking about how this was right after the news had broken that she had potentially been kicked out of her shelter. And the comment said something to the effect of, when people were trolling her, making fun of her for not having air conditioning or a bed, she would brag about how, like, oh, we got an air conditioner and a bed in the shelter right here. Like, that was hers. Like, she was acting like she lived there. That was given to you out of... It's just so ridiculous because she takes these things like she is owed them. Like, she is entitled to them. It's like, haha, it's just so ridiculous to me because, like, listen, you are in a spot where you have nothing, okay? You have nothing and you are relying on the goodwill and the charity of others to get you through it. And instead of being grateful, being thankful, being relieved that programs like this exist, you say that you're owed it and that you're owed more than it, and like and you're smug. It's just insufferable, dude. I think it's even more insufferable than Smugrax. Then again, I haven't seen him in a while, so that might just be because of that. I honestly want to know if other people are as ticked off about her attitude as I am, because I don't know, I think I'm starting to sound crazy, but I don't know, hear me out.
Something to eat. Start my day. Well, you're trying to figure out and scramble what shelter I'm at.
Yeah, you really got the one up on the trolls, Tophia. You and your homeless shelter. She acts like she got one up on us. Like, bitch. I mean, look, listen, I don't condone doxing. I never said I condone doxing, and I don't do that, but you talk all this stuff and you're gonna eat your words in a second because, you know, the farms be crazy. They're gonna figure it out. Oh my god.
Caused me to get kicked out and be put back in the streets. You think that's bad? All I have to do is find some people where you live and have them bother you like you bothered me. And never leave you alone. So, you know, I'm tired of being the nice guy. I'm not gonna be that anymore.
Yeah, you're tired of being the nice guy. You are never the nice guy, but you're still tired of it because you're lazy as frick.
You'll know what happened.
Mind us.
Before I go
back to the mind you thing.
That's not a threat. So don't
oh my god.
Because you'll be alive, unlike my brother, sadly, who's not here because of all of this BS. But at least you won't end up like my brother because I'm not like you.
Are you calling all the people who are against you murderers? The frick?
But continue. I mean, people think they can say whatever they want. Candace Owens is getting sued because she lied on someone. I mean, you want to keep running your mouth and lying on me? You're gonna get sued.
You're gonna be
big time. And I have lawyers that will work pro bono. Social media lawyers that work pro bono, so yeah.
Y'all. Okay, listen, this might be a crazy comparison to make, but do any of you guys watch true crime and like hear about those serial killers that got away with their first murder, and because of that they like were emboldened and they thought they got too big-headed? They're like, oh, I can do this and no one will do anything. I am powerful. I got it. I can do this. And they get all like big-headed and they like, and then their like whole killing spree starts. It's kind of giving this like, she was so close to being kicked out of the homeless shelter, and against all odds, against all logic, she finds herself, as she claims, in a better situation. And she is freaking, her ego, just friggin' through the roof, man. Like, she, girl, whatever you did to get kicked out of that first shelter, if you think that doing it again and getting kicked out of this one is gonna get you into a better shelter, yeah. Not that, I'm not saying that's what she thinks is gonna happen, it's just, I mean, honestly, if this is the result of what happened of those events, like, why wouldn't she try to get into a different shelter? Like, why wouldn't she try to do that, huh? If she's so happy about the one she's in now.
That's it. That's all. I'm gonna go relax, get ready, go eat.
You really
enjoy
went up on the trolls, bud. You really did.
Yeah. You know, have a good one.
GoFundMe is refunding everyone.
Oh my god, after seeing all that with her being so smug and her ego through the roof, this blow in the gut, oh my god, that's such good timing. Oh, not so smug now, are you? Not so smug now, are you? Was it too hard to ask for compassion from others and to care? Yes, because you are you. Yeah.
I hope y'all are happy now. My brother won't be buried now. I'll have to figure out how to raise the money. I never spent a cent of that money. All I wanted was for my brother to be buried. Was it too hard to ask for compassion from others and to care? But that's too much to ask from people. Not even people in the streets pocket watch this much. Y'all be so weird.
I didn't buy junk. You keep insisting. I did not use the GoFundMe to buy junk. Okay, it's not junk, considering the fact that it was a few fucking bucks. Like, I'm so sick and tired of people literally trying to pocket watch me. It is frustrating me. People in the streets don't pocket watch people this much. Can you please just not pocket watch me? Okay, I'm tired of people filming me everywhere I go saying this and that. I did not spend money at the casino, not my own money. That was somebody else's money that I literally spent at the casino because she pulled out money. I told her, hey, look, I don't have any money. I just went to the casino because I wanted to get out. I'm having a rough freaking time. Okay? Obviously, everyone's getting their money back, so that should tell you that I didn't have access to the money that is not spent. GoFundMe is giving everybody's money back. It says all this defamation and lying on me and saying that I spent money that I don't have. I'm just gonna have to sue somebody for that money. I'm getting every single cent from the GoFundMe that I got back. Whoever started the rumor about me scamming people is gonna get sued. And I'm going to sue my uncle too. I don't care if he's family or not, I'll sue him too.
Girl, you've been at casinos, at the mall every day, buying all sorts of shit you don't need. Sorry, but that's life. Everybody is struggling. At some point you gotta stop being lazy and actually put some effort in yourself.
I didn't have access to the GoFundMe, you bitch.
Who is this person?
All you do is be a bitch. Go fuck off, I don't care. I'm done being polite. I would go tell you to die, but I'd be wrong for that, so I'm not gonna say anything extreme.
You can tell me whatever you want, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't change the fact that you're irresponsible, and people been telling you for years at this point to stop spending money on stupid shit.
Blah blah, shut up, bitch. Nah, nag, it's my fucking money.
That's a crash out.
Did you work for it? No? Okay, then shut up. I'll buy whatever the fuck I want for a few bucks and the casino. I didn't spend a dime.
And that's why you'll never get your brother buried, because that's how you think and act.
My money, weirdo. Then the consequences of that is your brother not getting buried. Tough shit, lol. Sophia, I truly hope that you realize one day that trying to live off other people isn't the way, especially with your elderly mother.
Who said I was trying to live off people? Shut up, damn you annoying. Don't assume shit about me.
Well, you are. You've been living off the money people have donated to you, along with the little money you make from your so-called influencer career.
No, I haven't. It's money I earned. Nobody donated money except months ago, which was in March.
You told me Saturday that people sent you money?
She is lying.
Stop trying to guilt trip people into sending you money. Get a job. You're pushing 40.
I never mentioned money, dummy. Learn to read. Plus, people already sent money.
Holy crap. When did I roll my eyes? Dude, why does this keep happening? Oh my god, the full screen triggers it. Shoot! Ugh. Hopefully they like it anyway.